Okay, so here we're going to look at basic Mendelian dominant crosses. So we're looking at dominance. So the first thing we want to think about in dominance is that we use a capital letter to represent the dominant trait. So in the case of the problem here, we have T will stand for tall, capital T is tall. And the recessive trait, or the one that typically is hidden, is a lowercase letter, and in this one, the lowercase letter is short. The only way you ever see the recessive allele is if it is homozygous, meaning that we would have a little t, little t. That's the only time it is ever seen. Okay? So, when we're looking at this specific problem, we always start with the key, which is what we just did. And then we're ready to do our Punnett square. Punnett squares, the standard basic Punnett square is a 2x2 box. And you're going to write the father's genotype. Remember, genotype is the letter combinations along the top of the box. And we will put the mother's genotype on the side. Then we will bring down and over to fill in, so where the two will meet. And we have our possible offspring from this cross. So when we want to look at the offspring genotypes, we're going to read just like we would a book, so we always read top to bottom, left to right. So the very first box, right here, we have one capital T, capital T. And then in the next box, we have 1, 2. So we're going to have 2 capital T, small t. And then the last box has 2 lowercase t's. So we're going to have 1 little t, little t. So those would be our possible genotypes for the offspring. Then we look at phenotypes. And with these crosses, when we talk about these specific situations, if the capital letter, if the dominant allele is present, that is what will be observed. And so if we go back and we look at these different structures, we're going to see that this first one and these two both have capital letters, so therefore we're going to have 3 that are going to be the dominant or tall phenotype. Phenotype's what it physically appears like. Genotype's what the actual letters are. And that leaves us with 1, little t, 1, that is going to be the recessive or the short. So this one, remember, if the dominant or capital letter is present, you will see the phenotype phenotype for the dominant. So that basically means, sorry, I can't spell, it seems. Let's try that again. Dominant. So what we're saying is the homozygous dominant or the heterozygous are going to show you that dominant. The recessive only shows when no dominant is present. So we'll only see the recessive trait or characteristic when we have only recessive alleles.